Hey guys, Michael here from the Shiny Charizard, and today I'm back with another video after a very long break. Yes, I know it was forever. I don't know if any of you wanted to see my content still, but if you did, I'm sorry. But I just had a bit of a hard time finding the actual, I had a hard time finding the actual, want to record for some reason. I just didn't feel like recording at all. But today, we have a review of something that I just recently bought, and I actually just got, 2 days ago. I bought it a week ago. A week ago. I was very excited for it. The Ultrasabers Graflex CE. Now, there is 3 versions to the Ultrasabers Graflex. There is the Ultrasabers Graflex CE, which is the one I have here, which is actually nickel-plated. You can see that this is very silvery, and this is darker, which is the nickel plating. Some people have the problem with the silver comparing to the nickel plating, but in real life, it looks very bad on the camera, but in real life, it looks stupendous. Let me just say. So yeah, you have the Ultrasabers Graflex CE. You have the CE is the collector's edition, which has a nickel plating. You have the SE, which is the silver plating, and is the standard edition. And then you have the dark Graflex, which is all black, except for the blade. We'll get to that in a minute. So this costs, at a base price with no sound, $230. Very expensive if you're not in the lightsaber community. Now, lightsabers have an entire community, like headphones, computers, which I'm actually joining the computer community, keyboards, audio files, gamers, all these things, they have different communities. And the Star Wars lightsaber has and every community has a bunch of sub-communities. The Star Wars community has a sub-community called the Lightsaber people. There's the Ocean Liner community, which I'm a part of as well. There's the lightsaber community. And the lightsaber community is full of very expensive things. And people say if you want a really good lightsaber, you get a custom lightsaber, which are over $600. $600. Very expensive. This seems cheap compared to those. Because it's believe it or not, rather a starter lightsaber. A starter lightsaber compared to the Force Effects lightsabers, right, are for the non-lightsaber people. And it is considered the starter series of non-dueling lightsabers. Non-dueling, we'll get to that in a minute. And then the Ultra Sabers, there is the Saber Forge, Ultra Sabers, Vader's Vault, all these different websites, and I chose Ultra Sabers because they had a very good shipping time, and I just found them first because it was the first name I could think of because there's a bunch of ads for them everywhere. So, but the ads are actually very true. They actually do have really good lightsabers. If this is something to go on for the Ultra Sabers, then you're doing some good things, Ultra Sabers. What was I saying? Oh yeah, lightsaber. It is very accurate to the Graflex design, which is what people call the Skywalker lightsaber, because you cannot actually call it legally the Anakin Skywalker or Luke Skywalker or Rey Palpatine Skywalker, whatever you want to call Rey, lightsaber, because Disney has copyrighted those names because they own Star Wars, so you really can't use those names. Because, there's a bunch of, other ones, like the Obi-Wan Kenobi lightsaber is called the Redeemer lightsaber on Saberforge, because they cannot legally call it the Saberforge Obi-Wan Kenobi lightsaber. So it just comes up with a bunch of problems. So that's why they call this the Graflex, and there is, an entire type of lightsaber called the Graflex type of lightsaber, and so everyone just calls Anakin's lightsaber the Graflex. And actually, everyone calls Anakin's lightsaber the Skinny Flex, and Luke Skywalker is the Graflex, because the Skinny Flex, Anakin's lightsaber is much thinner than Luke's, but ignore that, it's Anakin's lightsaber. So this lightsaber is nickel-plated, and my one has the Obsidian light soundboard. There is several different soundboards you can get. There is the Stunt Saber, which is the cheapest. You can get just an empty hilt, which is the absolute cheapest. The Stunt Saber, the second cheapest. The Obsidian light soundboard, which is a middle ground, which is more of like an middle ground. You have the premium sound, which is what the Ultrasabers call it, which is their standard Obsidian light soundboard between 1, which is their standard one, and 4, which is their newest one. So I chose the Obsidian light soundboard because I didn't want a super expensive lightsaber because I had a very limited budget. Because I actually bought this myself. This is actually my first ever purchase. So I actually bought this myself. But this lightsaber is amazing for a starter lightsaber. I do that in quotations because, in my opinion, this is way too cool to be a starter lightsaber. So, the Ultrasabers Graflex. Let's get on to the overview of the lightsaber. We're just going to start off on the top. The top this is all nickel plated. We have the emitter right here. You have these. This is a blade plug, which I actually have in it right now. You have a little socket. You can choose between a socket or a button. The button is more cosmetically appealing, but it's very small, so you won't really notice it. I got the socket one because I'm going to be definitely taking out the blade a lot. So this is a blade plug. This did not actually come with the lightsaber by itself. You actually have to pay another $8. Apple. It sounds like Apple. You have to pay $8 to get a plastic thing. I mean, I think it's not plastic. I think it might be resin. I think it's resin. I don't know. Because the stand I got was resin. So I think this might be resin. $8. You can get like a $12 one, which has a really cool design on the top, but I decided to get an $8 one. So you just simply slide it in, and then screw. This does actually have This does actually have an Allen key. Where is the Allen key? Allen key socket, which is what you use to tighten it. See, you just put in the Allen key, and if you want to swing around the blade, you just tighten it and turn it. So I'm going to keep that there because I'm going to need that later. You have the nickel-plated thing, and these two buttons. I'm going to bring you over to the bed so you can see more clearly. These two buttons, this is a gold button, this is a red button, you can actually choose the color of these. For example, this one, the reason this is the back button, I chose red because it matches Anakin's lightsaber, and I chose gold on the front because normally Anakin's one is bronze, but I thought gold was cooler, so I got the gold. So yeah. You have the nickel-platedness, and then we're going to get on to the ignition switch. This switch is a very nice switch. It does have some nice grooving on the side. This does not match any canon design, so it can be any which of the lightsabers, of any of the Skywalker lightsabers you want. It can be Anakin, so you can do a cosplay as Anakin. Luke's, you can do a cosplay as Luke. Rey's, if you want to do a cosplay as Rey's. And then if you want to do Finn, you can also use this because Finn does use this like one scene in The Force Awakens or two. Yeah. So let's get onto the ignition. This is a very nice button. This is the normal silver button. You can get a black one for the dark Graflex, which is really cool, and I was really tempted to buy it. So I did have a bit of buyer's remorse on whether I should have gotten the dark one. But yeah. You can actually get an illuminated one, which can light up any color between blue, any color you want. But I chose not to light it up because it would be more of a significant expense to get a lighted switch, and I just really didn't need it. So if you want to turn it on, you just press it. Watch out, this is a very loud saber. To turn it on, you just press it to make it does a saber clash, because the Obsidian lightsaber can actually make it sound like a saber clashing. You just press it again. And press it again to turn it off, and then you hold it to turn the entire saber off. And actually, the saber, this is reason for the blade plug, is just one, like, blue flashlight. See, it's blue. It does actually look purple in the camera, but I tell you it's blue. So yeah, it's just the saber actually lights up. Saber actually does light up. And that's why my old Kit Fisto one broke. Is because the actual saber does not have lights. The blade does. So, but whereas the Ultrasabers blade, which is this one, has actually nothing in it. It's just a hollow tube. So it's more dual-worthy. And that's why this is dubbed a dual-worthy lightsaber. So yeah, the more you know. Down to the things. These are called T-grips in the Star Wars community and the lightsaber community. And these are an actual movie in the Galaxy's Edge Legacy lightsaber prop. These are rubber. But the reason Ultrasabers did not put rubber on these is because rubber, over time, can get very gunky. Can get very gunky and sticky. And so this just holds up more to time. It's a very comfortable to hold lightsaber. This feels very natural to me because I have been using an old 2010 Anakin to Darth Vader lightsaber, and I'm just used to the shape of Anakin's and Darth Vader's lightsaber because Darth Vader and Anakin's lightsaber are so similar. So, these are actually plastic, and then we have the CoverTech ring. A lot like my review. 1 second. Wow, this is cool. A lot like my review of the Kit Fisto Force FX lightsaber, I really liked, my favorite fact about the entire lightsaber is it came with this. A CoverTech clip. And see what that thing is? The little knob is a CoverTech knob. Look how similar they are. See? They are basically designed of the same thing. But the thing is, you cannot actually use this CoverTech thing with this one. But that's okay, because I actually prefer the one that came with the Ultrasabers one. We'll get to that in a minute. But one of my favorite parts about the Kit Fisto Force FX lightsaber is that I could actually clip it to my belt. Although this one isn't that good anymore. I could actually clip it to my belt. Because I was so used to just having a lightsaber. Here, I'll actually grab it. Because I still have it. I was just so used to this lightsaber. My Anakin to Darth Vader lightsaber from 2010. Whereas the blade cannot be removed. It cannot be clipped to your belt unless you want, like, the entire saber murdering you. Unless you want the entire saber to murder you if you turn it on. And it's just clunky. It's still very comfortable to hold. Still a nice lightsaber. Although it's just a bunch of wasteful plastic. It is still a lightsaber. But I was so used to not being able to take off the blade that I was so happy that I could take the blade off this. Turns out, most lightsabers have removable blades, and I was just living under a rock my entire life, not knowing that, wow, not many lightsabers have this where you can remove the blade. You can actually really remove the blade on almost any lightsaber. And so, the CoverTech on this thing is actually very nice. Much nicer than this. So this is the Force FX one, Ultrasabers one. The Ultrasabers one actually matches what the canonical design of a CoverTech knob clip thing is. And so it's very easy. Ow, don't drop it. And so it is very easy to clip it to your belt. Go away, chair. You are an expensive chair, but go away. It's very easy just to slide onto your belt. As you can see right there. And you can easily slide this lightsaber and clip it on. And then to let it go, you press the 2 buttons on the side and pull up. Nice. Let's get the Force FX one in here. See this one? Look at how much thicker it is. See how much easier it comes off? So easier to come off. The other one has way better design, way thicker thing. But, ow, I never realized. Wow. And it's still pretty easy to clip on. It just takes more force to clip on this one. See how much force it takes? See the noise? And whereas, listen to this one. Look at how smooth it is. See how smooth? This is way smoother than the Force Effects one. Not saying that Force Effects is bad. They make some good things. But I prefer my more expensive one, surprisingly. It's like the more money it is, the higher quality it is. Who would have thunk? Who would have thought? And so, that's it on the lightsaber. It's a very nice lightsaber, heavy. I think it's 11 inches long, has a 5-inch diameter, and I don't know how much it weighs. Hey Google, how much does the Ultrasabers Graflex CE weigh?
Sorry, I don't have any information.
Thanks, Google.
About that, but I found something similar. Do you want to know how much?
Copyright. And so, yeah, that's the lightsaber review. So that's the thing on the hilt. But let's get to the blade. So, in the last lightsaber review, we did actually test how bright it is. And so today, we're going to do a brightness test. Let's go! Let's go! So I'm going to tell you how you use this to put the blade on. So basically, oh, by the way, about the cover tech, you actually have to pay another $12 to put it in because the base saber costs $335, right? And so you have to add on the blade plug, this, and this. This is actually $1, so I don't really mind this. But this is very high quality for $12. And so $12 just to get a cover tech, I don't mind. And $8 to get a thingy, I don't mind. And so, yeah, I'm really happy that I got the cover tech. So I'm gonna take off the little knob. So here is how you install the blade. You unscrew the knob. You can actually do that with your hands. You take out the blade plug. This is the blade plug. This was in it the entire time when I shined it. And so see how much brighter it is without it? See, it lights up the entire screen. And then this, yeah. This light is super strong, so it really messes with the camera, so I shouldn't be doing this. So back, you take this out. You slide the blade in. Look for where a hole is, because the little circle will indent a hole. Slide it in. Grab your Allen key. Yes, this is metal Allen key. Take your Allen key and tighten it to the tightest it can go. Because when I was actually outside messing with it, I have a story about that. Because I got this a few days ago, like 3 days ago, and I was testing it outside as soon as I got it. I spent around 2 hours outside, and it wasn't fully tightened on the socket, and so the blade went flying out. And so I picked it up, got all the dirt out, and there was actually a film inside the blade. It was supposed to be inside the blade originally. And so I took it out because it would constantly fall out. There was dirt all in it, and so I just decided to take it out. And plus, whenever I was holding it like this, all this film would come out. But there's actually no problem. Doggo! You guys got a view of the doggo. Like the one that was on my bed like a year ago. Wow. But like, the film just came out, so I just decided to take it out. It was just a big film of plastic. And so it doesn't have any difference in the blade. Just letting you know. So now, to do the lighting review. And so, here we have it in the light. It seems very bright on camera, but it is very bright in the light. And you can see when I swing it, it does a bit of a darker blue in the front. That's just how it is on the camera. It would be better if I went outside of this. Chair, I need you to move. So here is it with the lights on. And here is it with the lights off. And keep in mind there's still lights right there. And there's still a light by the door, actually. I cannot make these any darker. So this is how bright it is. So it is very, very bright. I am not kidding. This is a very bright and is very loud. I am going to do a sound test. And see, it's still very bright. So now for the sound test. This is the idle hum. Here we have some flashing sound effects. Here's the idle hum again. Press it once for the saber clash. Then turning it off. Turning it on. And now for the dueling. It's a very comfortable lightsaber to use, although experiences may vary because not every person is very used to Anakin's lightsaber. It's designed for dueling and designed to be used two-handed, but can be used one-handed. And so it can be used one-handed, but it's mainly for dueling because Anakin originally made this to very much contrast Obi-Wan's lightsaber. Slow Obi-Wan twirl. I accidentally hit my chair. I can't really do a fast Obi-Wan twirl. I can't really do a fast Obi-Wan twirl. Otherwise that will happen and I will end up doing something wrong. Oh no, I already broke the... Alright, so quick update. I scratched the blade. I can buy a new blade, I think. Alright, I can end up buying a new blade, so I mean, it's fine. Every blade gets scratched, so... I mean, it's barely noticeable, it's all the way at the end. So I can't really do a fast Obi-Wan twirl in this room unless I go outside, but I don't really want to go outside. So... yeah, it's very comfy in my hands, so it's nice and solid. And so now let's get on to the blade features. This color is Guardian Blue. I personally chose Guardian Blue because I wanted a blue lightsaber because my original Kit Fisto one was green, and green really isn't my color. So I just decided to get a classic blue lightsaber. I just decided to get a classic blue lightsaber. And so there's this feature called Flash on Clash, which means when you would tap it, it would flash another color. But I decided not to get that. And I personally really regret it, because I didn't think it would make the lightsaber clashing sound so uncool, because the lightsaber clashing sound is supposed to clash with another lightsaber. And so I could have gotten like a black, like a red flash, but I just decided not to. So I kind of really regret that, but it's a lot more expensive to get a flash on clash lightsaber, and I just really wanted a standard blue lightsaber, so. That's it on the lightsaber. And now to the stand. The stand is actually, oh geez, it comes apart easily. It's designed to be modular, so it comes apart easily. The stand is made of clear resin. It is in two pieces. Bring bring you down one thing lower. I'm not good. This is the stand. And so you just easily put the lightsaber. It's very nice. It's a very good display. And that's about it on the Graflex CE. In my opinion, a very nice and versatile lightsaber. But now let's get to the main thing that's really important in lightsabers. And that is cost. This blade is 32 inches, right? Oh, more on the blade. Geez, this is very an unstructured video. Yes, I know, Alan Key. And so, this blade is 32 inches. You can get a 40-inch one, which is very long, and you can actually get a pointed tip. So the cost of this lightsaber, my lightsaber, with the CoverTech ring, with the blade plug, with the stand, was $360. And it makes a really nice noise when you take it up. This lightsaber and everything that came with it was $360. And now you might be saying, Michael, that's very expensive. Yes, but not to the lightsaber community. So, yeah. If you want a very nice lightsaber that is a beginner, that is very high quality for not as much money as most high quality lightsabers are, I recommend the Graflex CE. If you really like Anakin's lightsaber, but you just because Galaxy's Edge just discontinued the Legacy lightsaber, Disney does, discontinue the Skywalker Legacy lightsaber. Disney does. Disney will kind of ruin the franchise, but what you gonna do about it? They own it. But yeah, if you want a nice lightsaber, very high quality, for quite a bit of money, I recommend the Graflex CE. One con is it's very loud, and so I would recommend that you're at least an entire room's distance away from someone when using this, because it hurts your ears. So, it's also a very good flashlight. So, yeah, I recommend the Graflex CE. If you want a nice lightsaber, get the Graflex CE. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope everyone has a great new year. Hope that everyone had happy holidays. Hope that everyone had happy holidays. I hope that you're having a good...